As a firefighter, you see the gritty part of life that most people don't see. It's not on television. You're exposed to people at their worst. You're responding to somebody who probably will only call 911 one time in their life, and it's at a time that really needs you. When you're first new in the fire service, there's a lot to catch up to. There's a lot to learn, a lot to remember. But I had one gentleman pull me aside and said, you know what? There's no better skill that you will learn in this fire service than cooking. It will break down barriers for you and allow you avenues to get inside, whether it's with the person that you can't talk to because you don't have anything else in common, or if it's just, to kind of support your guys as they're trying to heal. And when he told me that, I thought, this guy's crazy. But I started putting forth the effort the very next day. The next shift with my crew, walking to the Firehouse kitchen, putting myself out there, and that's where the journey started for me. Firemen, we don't have a lot of time in the kitchen. We were cooking out of cans and processed foods, and even experiencing an extra 10 or 15 minutes in the kitchen, you could produce something that was a lot more wholesome, something that was locally sourced, something that was a lot healthier for people. And instead of the can, I went to the store and I got some fresh beans this time. I'm gonna soak them overnight and I'm gonna cook them for you, and we can do a test comparison if you want. I think you guys will enjoy it more. There's no better way for me personally to show somebody I care about them than there is cooking. The more effort and time I put into a meal, the guys lingered a little bit longer. The more time I was in the kitchen prepping, the more guys started to show up. The better the meal at the end, the longer we pushed back and leaned into our chairs and spent time talking. Before I knew it, I had people coming to ask me from different fire stations, or perhaps on different shifts. Hey man, I heard you made this. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Can you help me out? I'm like, absolutely. So I figured, I've got a camera, got a little iPhone, I got a stand. Let's just go ahead, I've got a Mac at home, let me just try this video production stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Firehouse Chef. That's also adding marshmallow cream. Go ahead and put that in our blender. Try that one more time. Take number 10, literally. Why is it not working correctly? In this instance, of course, I don't have it plugged in.
When you fall down, and you will, you need to pick yourself back up and try again.
These here are the churros that we just ended up making, which then produces acetic acid.
Anyways, until next time, y'all, stay out. Still kind of close to our hearts in Cobb County. We had one of our local firefighters die. It's one of those things, how do you broach the subject? How do you talk about it? We're always on the go. We have so many duties that we have to get done. And it all starts here at the kitchen table. And food, of course, is what's the vehicle to kick down that door. But you block out that time and sit down for breakfast. And it turned into what was typically an hour breakfast. And 3 hours later, we're still talking. All the hard years of work, all the dedication, all the sacrifice that you've put into it, that my family's done for me, it pays off in moments like that. I want that for every fire station. I want you here, I want you now, I want you focused on our job, but at the same time, I want you to feel like your family. And I think that's what the Firehouse Kitchen does, and that's what cooking does for me. And I want that for everybody.